My beautiful daughter, I had a troubling dream last night about your two best friends. Something about them felt wrong. Please be careful. I don't trust them.
Mother, I don't think my friends are that bad. Maybe it was just a dream.
My daughter, a mother's heart does not lie. I still don't trust them. Please be careful.
Ada's own is too much. Does she think she's more beautiful than us? No, we need to teach her a lesson.
In a peaceful village called Umudara lived a young girl named Ada. Ada was the only child of her parents, and everyone in the village knew her. She was not just beautiful, she was the most beautiful girl anyone had ever seen in that village. Her skin shined like the morning sun, her smile was soft and warm, and wherever she went, people turned to look at her. But what made people love her even more was her respect. Ada greeted elders properly, she spoke gently, she helped people without complaining, and she never disrespected anyone. Many young girls admired her, many young men dreamed about her, and the elders always prayed for her. Her parents loved her deeply because she was their only child and their greatest joy. But not everyone was happy about Ada. Ada had two close friends named Bisi and Ngozi. They always walked together, laughed together, and people believed they shared a strong friendship. Ada trusted them with her whole heart. She believed they loved her the same way she loved them. What she did not know was that inside Bisi and Ngozi lived jealousy that grew stronger every day. Whenever someone said Ada was the most beautiful girl, their hearts burned. Still, they pretended to be kind because they wanted to stay close to her. One afternoon, the three girls were sitting under a mango tree near the village square, talking and laughing. "Ada, you look so beautiful today," Bisi said with a sweet smile. "Yes, even more beautiful than yesterday," Ngozi added quickly. Ada laughed shyly and waved her hand. "Stop teasing me. You both are the beautiful ones." They laughed together, but when Ada stood up to get something, Bisi leaned closer to Ngozi and whispered softly, "You see why everyone likes her? She acts perfect." Ngozi sighed quietly. "I'm tired of hearing her name everywhere," she murmured. But when Ada returned, they quickly changed their faces back to smiles like nothing happened. Later that evening, Ada went home happily. Her mother was preparing food when she noticed Ada smiling. "You look happy today," her mother said. "Yes, Mama, I spent time with Bisi and Ngozi. We were just talking." Her mother paused and looked at her carefully. "My daughter, be careful. Not everybody who laughs with you truly loves you." Ada laughed lightly. "Mama, you worry too much. They are my friends. They cannot hurt me." Her mother sighed deeply, but said nothing more. That same evening, loud drums began to echo across the village. The town crier walked through the streets, ringing his bell loudly. "People of Umudara, hear this announcement. The prince of our kingdom is coming to this village in 7 days. He is searching for a wife among the maidens. All young ladies must prepare themselves because the prince will choose the most beautiful and worthy among you." Excited screams filled the air. Young girls jumped with joy, and everywhere people started talking about the coming prince. Ada, Bisi, and Ngozi stood together, their eyes shining. "Imagine if one of us becomes a princess," Ada said happily. Bisi forced a smile while Ngozi nodded slowly. After talking for some time, Ada said goodbye and walked home, unaware that the moment she left, the atmosphere changed completely. Bisi's smile disappeared immediately. She turned to Ngozi and said in a cold voice, "You know the truth. If the prince comes here, he will choose Ada." Ngozi looked down, angry and frustrated. "Yes, everyone knows." Bisi stepped closer. "If we allow her to stand before that prince, we will remain nothing." Silence filled the space between them. Ngozi swallowed hard. "So what do we do?" she asked quietly. Bisi's eyes darkened. "We make sure she does not stand before him." Ngozi's heart began to race. "You mean—" Bisi nodded slowly. "Yes, we make her disappear." Meanwhile, Ada reached home excited and told her parents everything about the prince coming to choose a wife. Her father laughed proudly and teased her about becoming a princess one day, but her mother remained quiet, watching her daughter carefully with a worried heart. That night, while Ada slept peacefully dreaming about the future, Bisi and Ngozi met secretly again and began to plan how to remove Ada from their path before the prince arrived. And without knowing it, danger had already begun to follow Ada. 4 days later, the entire village was already preparing for the arrival of the prince. Young girls were practicing how to walk gracefully, and everywhere people talked about who the prince might choose. Inside Ada's house, her mother was ready to leave for the farm. "Ada," she called gently, "I am going to the farm to meet your father. He is already there waiting for me." Ada smiled. "Okay, Mama." Her mother looked at her carefully. "My daughter, you will stay at home today. I don't want you walking around or doing heavy work. The prince is coming in 2 days, and you must look more beautiful and well-rested." Ada laughed shyly. "Mama, I am fine." But her mother shook her head. "No argument. Also, before I go, there is a big stone in the kitchen. Cook it. Make sure it becomes soft before I come back." Ada blinked in confusion, but nodded slowly. "Okay, Mama." Her mother moved closer, lowered her voice and added seriously, "And listen to me very well. Do not leave this house. Do not follow those stupid friends of yours anywhere." Ada frowned slightly, but still said, "Yes, Mama." Her mother gave her one last long look, as if she wanted to say more, then she turned and left the compound. Ada stood at the doorway, watching her mother walk away. Then she sighed softly and walked into the kitchen. She saw the big stone placed near the fireplace. She shook her head and laughed quietly. "Mama and her strange instructions," she murmured. She placed it inside a pot and set it on the fire. As the flames rose, Ada sat down and began to hum a soft song, occasionally checking the pot. Outside, the afternoon sun shined brightly, and the village felt calm, but somewhere not too far away, 2 girls were already watching the road leading to Ada's house. Bisi and Ngozi stood behind a tree, whispering to each other. "Are you sure she is alone?" Ngozi asked nervously. Bisi nodded slowly. "Her parents went to the farm this morning. This is our chance." Ngozi swallowed hard, her hands shaking slightly. "What if something goes wrong?" Bisi's eyes became sharp. "Nothing will go wrong if you stop acting scared. Remember what we said. If Ada remains here when the prince arrives, we will never have a chance." Ngozi looked toward Ada's compound quietly. "So what is the plan now?" she asked. Bisi smiled slowly, a dangerous smile. "We lure her out, slowly, carefully. She trusts us. That will be our advantage." Inside the house, Ada sat near the fire, watching the pot closely. Steam rose slowly, and she laughed to herself. "How can someone cook a stone?" she whispered. She remembered her mother's serious face and shook her head. "Maybe Mama just wants to keep me busy." Just then she heard footsteps outside and familiar voices calling her name. "Ada! Ada!" She turned quickly. It was Bisi and Ngozi. Her face brightened immediately. "My friends," she said happily, rushing toward the door. Outside, the 2 girls smiled warmly, hiding their true intentions behind sweet expressions. "We came to see you," Bisi said gently. Ngozi nodded. "We missed you." Ada laughed happily. "You both came to see me?" "I thought you were busy preparing for the prince," she said excitedly. Bisi laughed softly. "Of course we are preparing, but how can we forget our best friend?" Ngozi nodded quickly, forcing a warm smile, even though her heart was beating fast. Ada stepped aside and allowed them inside. Come in," she said happily. They entered slowly, their eyes moving around the house carefully, as if searching for something. "Where is your mother?" Bisi asked casually. "She went to the farm to meet my father," Ada replied innocently. "She told me to stay at home and rest, so I will look more beautiful before the prince arrives." Bisi and Ngozi exchanged a quick glance. "And you agreed?" Ngozi asked. "Yes," Ada replied. "She even told me not to go anywhere with you two." Ada laughed as if it was a joke, but the words made both girls freeze for a second. Bisi quickly forced another laugh. "Ah, mothers can worry too much," she said smoothly. "We only came to keep you company so you don't feel lonely." Ada smiled, happy to see them. "I am not lonely, but I'm glad you came." Then Ngozi noticed the pot on the fire. "What are you cooking?" she asked curiously. Ada laughed again. "You will not believe me if I tell you. Mama said I should cook a stone until it becomes soft." For a moment, Bisi and Ngozi stared at her, surprised. Then Bisi smiled slowly. "Your mother is wise," she said carefully. "Maybe she is testing your patience." They sat together talking, but while Ada spoke freely, Bissy and Ngozi watched her carefully, studying her movements. After some time, Bissy stood up and stretched. Ada, we just came from the riverside. There is something beautiful there. The women preparing decorations for the prince brought colorful fabrics and jewelry. You should come and see. It will inspire you. Ada immediately shook her head. No, Mama told me not to leave the house. Ngozi moved closer. We will not go far, she said gently. Just a short walk. You can return quickly before your mother comes back. Ada hesitated. She remembered her mother's serious warning, but she also trusted her friends deeply. I don't know, she said slowly. Bissy leaned forward. Ada, are we not your friends? Have we ever led you into trouble? Ada looked at them and smiled softly. No, you haven't. Bissy continued, her voice sweet and convincing. Then trust us. We only want you to see something beautiful. Maybe you will even find something special to wear when the prince arrives. Ada felt excited at the thought. She looked toward the kitchen and then back at her friends. But the stone, she said quietly. Ngozi quickly replied, It will still be cooking when you come back. Fire does not run away. They laughed lightly. Ada stood there thinking for a moment, her heart divided between her mother's warning and her trust in her friends. Finally, she nodded slowly. Okay, but we must come back quickly. Bissy and Ngozi smiled at each other secretly, their eyes shining with hidden satisfaction. Of course, Bissy said calmly. Very quickly. Ada followed them outside, leaving the pot on the fire behind. As they walked away from the compound, the smoke from the kitchen rose slowly into the sky like a silent warning. And far away on the farm, Ada's mother suddenly paused while working, her heart feeling heavy without knowing why. She stopped moving and looked toward the direction of their house, her face full of worry. Her husband noticed and walked closer. What is wrong? He asked gently. She spoke slowly. I don't know. But my heart is not at peace. I feel like something bad is about to happen. I feel like I should go home now. Her husband shook his head calmly. You think too much. Ada is safe at home just like you told her. Nothing will happen. Calm down. She tried to believe him, but the strange fear inside her refused to disappear. She looked at the sky quietly, whispering a silent prayer for protection. We'll stop here for now. My dear viewers, don't miss the next part. The real drama is just about to begin. Stay tuned.